Good morning. It is 8:15 on August the 17th. We're about to start our section hike of the PCT, starting here at Echo Lake. And we're going to head to Tuolumne Meadows, hopefully over the next 11 days. Beautiful morning. Check in later. About 4.5 miles in so far. Nice temperature. Little buddy Byron back there. This is looking at Lake Tahoe, and you can see the airport too. About 5 miles from Echo Lake, and this area is also an excellent camping and water source for somebody camping at this spot. So as you can see, we're coming up on our first major snow crossing. Guess we're going to have to turn around here. About 9 miles past Echo Lake now, kind of opening up first time. You can see a lot of flowers this year from all the extra snow and moisture. So some thunder in the background. Hopefully we get set up before that hits us. Still not very many mosquitoes. It's about 4 o'clock. This is called Showers Lake. So we actually did get in enough to kind of clean off, didn't go completely in. It's cold, but certainly bearable. But a beautiful camping area, a lot of snow up high. So this is a good place for anybody to camp. It's about 11 miles today, so a lot of good flat areas. It's about 6:10 on August the 18th. Getting ready to start our next day. Good campsite. Just above the lake. On the trail now. Sunrise is not too far off. Beautiful area. What do you think, Byron?
It is a beautiful area. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful sunrise.
You can see the sun shining off of Byron almost. This is where we filled our water up this morning. So we've been on the PCT and the Tahoe Rim Trail until now, but we're getting ready to split because we're finally at the junction. Two and a half miles from where we camped at Showers Lake.
Water down there, Lee.
Byron did attempt where you see the trail up there, but it is really slick. Crazy there's this much snow in the middle of August. So we're going to cross right here.
And I came down on my butt.
For a little ways and had to go back and get his pole. Heading down this hill, then we'll head back up the other side. A lot of flowers. Basically, every one of these snowbanks has a ice cold water runoff. Every one of them. It's just amazing how much water there is still coming off these large snow areas. Pretty cool though. Continuing on towards camp. Maybe 2-3 more miles today. think we've done 16 so far. "5:15, we made it to our camp spot here at Lily Pad Lake. And right now, we're the only ones here. Getting our tent set up. Byron's a beast. Been a good day. 19 miles, trail miles, a little bit more total miles. Pretty good climbs, middle of the day, but threatened rain a little bit earlier. We're hearing there's could be some pretty serious rain in a couple days, so we're trying to figure out where to be when that hits. So, but we're gonna wash up, get in the lake, make our meal, and see how it goes. So, about 5 minutes in on the 19th, leaving at 6 a.m. See, it gets bright pretty early here. Had a good night. Hope to get somewhere between, hopefully at least 19 miles again today. Stopped here about 7:45, almost 4 miles. But this was a perfect place. We just had to stop. So, had a little snack, changed from pants to shorts. It's probably about 60 degrees in the tent getting up this morning. So, not too bad. A few areas you really got to pay attention, no goofing off. We can hear water running, so we're gonna fill up here, all from that snow right there, even though we are well above 8,000 feet. I was debating if I should even film this as a reminder, but this is probably the most dangerous thing we've done so far. A little scary. So the trail is up there, and that's way up in the snow, if you can see. Well, you can't go through that, so you have to scramble down way, I'll put a little shadow down to here, and then come back up. But Byron did great. He went first. They will make it much easier for me. Good job, Byron. Very impressive.
We lived.
To leave the trail again. Big avalanche through here. Snow is too dangerous to cross because the big caves underneath it. Sometimes you just need somebody to lean on. This is one of our many snow crossings today. You have to come to California if you want to play in the snow in August.
Make it good, Lee.
I made it, I think. Woo! We made it to Noble Lake about 5:40. It's about 6:30 now. Just now started our dinner, set our tent up. pretty small area. Thankfully, we found 2 spots. There's, if you want to look, there's a little duck and a whole bunch of babies. Little ducklings behind her. So this is our campsite, kind of overlooking this little lake, but there's one tent up there that was already here. We just kind of had to make do with our spot, but because there's not many other options, and we went 19 something miles, 3,000 feet of elevation gain, 53,000 steps, exactly what we had yesterday. So, but good day, no complaints. We didn't have rain like a lot of people, so very thankful.
Hey.
It's August the 20th, early morning. I actually got on the trail at 4:55 this morning. It's actually not as light as video shows, but had a nice camp spot, but it rained pretty much all night. But as soon as it stopped raining, we got up about 3:30, just so it gives me miles in today before the supposed really heavy rain tonight. So, but good day so far. Already 3 miles in, a little after 6. Nine miles in today. As we get south and I guess higher up at times, snowbanks just get bigger. We'll be going over this one too. There's actually 2 people ahead of us this morning. There's only 1 tracks here so far, but well, there's the other one. This is a large rock avalanche. Actually, I have one of these in Arkansas on Black Fork Mountain. So when it rains, before you have a chance to eat dinner, you cook under your vestibule. I won't shoot much video this morning, but it's going to be raining some. But this is the creek we'll follow today. We don't have to cross it, thankfully. Rained last night, but we were all set up in our tent before it started. So, starting our day about 6:20. We've made Sonora Pass, about 10,500. Byron.
I think it's sleeting, Lee.
It is sleeting, just like it probably is in Arkansas in August right now. So, just a couple miles to go till we get, hopefully, a shuttle to Tuolumne Meadows. Looking forward to that. Well, we made it to Sonora Pass. This is where section I and J come together for the PCT. Got a ride coming in about 5 or 10 minutes. Here's our hangout spot for the night. Tuolumne Meadows is where the PCTers come and swap out their stuff. Nice store in there. This is where we did our shower and laundry. Getting ready to eat at the restaurant. They say it's really good. So we're at Tuolumne Meadows for our first real meal in quite a few days. What do you think, Byron? Pretty happy?
I'm very happy. How about you?
I am too. Cheeseburgers and fries. And Dr. Pepper. August 22nd, just left Kennedy Meadows. Driver took us up to about 9,600 feet. Heading up to 11,000 today. This will be a challenge. We got 4 others ahead of us, and they will be faster than we are.
Maybe a little bit.
Since they've been doing long sections already. So, and we had a couple people go the other direction. So, thankfully, a lot different sky than when we ended yesterday morning. Been a beautiful morning. You can see the trail going around through there. If I can turn right, heading up a pass somewhere right in the middle of that. Well, we're at the high point, we think, for section I of the PCT, somewhere around 10,007 something. Supposed to get to 11, maybe we did, but it could be windy when I step out here. But once you see the view coming over the top of this crest, very thankful for maybe our first bridge, at least in a long time. Has some damage, but it's still there. Thankfully, there's a couple logs here at this large water crossing. A beautiful spot. Just went full mosquito gear, probably 4 miles from our camp tonight. But boy, once we got to Yosemite, mosquitoes are bad like people have talked about. But we've been blessed until now. But day 7, I'll show some pictures later. But first crossing, we had no choice but to put on shoes. But felt pretty good on the feet. About a half a mile from our camp spot now, so we're close. I definitely put some work in on this little piece. Part of it's just been in marsh, so we are hoping there are camp spots on the other end. That's the plan. Mosquitoes are really bad here, so we may just have to jump directly in the tent after we clean up a little bit. So night 7, we got our tent set up. We did make our dinner. Mosquitoes are pretty bad though, so we're having to kind of cut the night short. It doesn't look like he has any mosquitoes the way he's looking, does it?
Yeah.
But if this wasn't for mosquitoes, this would be such an incredible place right now. There's nobody here though, and this is one of the few camping areas for a long way. This is it's Wilma, or we've also seen different signs of what the name really is, but Wilma. On the map it says Wilma. So we came across from the other side. It's a tough day. I mean, we did 18.5 miles. The fish just jumped up. But I think the mosquitoes impacted it some because we couldn't always stop when we wanted to. Not sure if you can see them or hear them. Day 8, we're getting started about 6:15. Camp spot was below these rocks. 2 deer kind of came up right to our tents this morning in the dark. Not scared at all. It was a good night. Good temperature, clear skies. Love the moss out here. Wish I could take some back. It's all just bright green. Just came up 1,000 feet. We are now at least at the top, maybe going back down a little bit. Now that we've gone over the top, we can see the sun. Usually don't film the up and downs, which is mainly what we do all day, just because I don't want to trip or drop my camera, but this is more the real world. This stretch is 1,000 feet in 1 mile. Just like Pinnacle Mountain. A lot of work to build some steps through here too. Look at the work that was done. As hard as this is, it still makes it easier. Here's our camp area for night number 8. Kind of built a little spot down there, it's pretty nice. Came up higher and found it, realized that we could have built another one up here. Snow right there. Nice lake down there. Haven't been down there yet though. Back through here is where we came a little earlier, over that pass. Day 9, I believe, about 6:15. Had a great camp spot last night. Filtering water here this morning. It's not cold, but a lot of snow. It's just cool how it makes all these little ice caves. Sun's starting to come up. What a beautiful morning. Tuolumne Meadows, 28.6 remaining for our planned hike. So a week ago we were talking about how much we finished. Now we'll be talking about how much is left. So what do you think, Byron?
I think this haul up this hill, 2,500 feet and 8 miles, is a long haul.
And there's no break in that whole 2,500 feet. It's crazy how far it is.
But we've done 1,700 feet, so only 800 left.
Yep. So we're going to take lunch here another 200 or 300 feet. We'll peak out at 10,100 today. It's pretty much what I have for lunch every day. I haven't rationed my last tortillas though. Same amount of peanut butter. Put some chocolate on it, like a Reese's peanut butter cup. Some mangoes, corn nuts, usually a little something else. Just finished lunch. We're at 9,300. So we dropped down several hundred. Still gotta get back 10,100. As we go over right up there. About to set up here on night number 9. This little deer just keeps circling us, kind of trying to figure out what we're up to. It's laundry day, so everything's drying. We just kind of sat in the creek to wash off. Cleanest we've been in probably 5 days. We only have about 20 miles to get to Tuolumne, so we'll be finishing hopefully a day early. We had 1 day extra just in case anything happened. Of course, my wife told me, if you finish a day early, do something big at the end. Make it memorable for Byron, so we're going to see if we can do something a little extra when we get there. We'll see. Check in later.
What'd you think about that water crossing this morning?
That's certainly about as cold as you want to have.
It's like going to an ice bath.
It is an ice bath, first thing in the morning.
And
we're
now
ready now.
ready to go.
To send this message.
What are we waiting on?
We try to send our family and friends a message, but it is not sending this morning despite this big open area.
Look at that big open area. You'd think there'd be a satellite up there somewhere.
Got started a little closer to 6 this morning. Had to cross that creek right off the bat. Always cold. Our camp spot was a little bit off to the right of this. Come about 450 feet so far. Another 500 to go before we level out. But looks like it's gonna be a pretty day.
Be crossing the creek in Virginia Canyon, and it's gonna get up over his knees, I think. It's pretty swift, but not too bad. It's a level spot. Doing great.
We're about 3 miles from our camp. We've got about 12 miles in so far. Getting ready to stop at Glen Allen, which is kind of a place you're supposed to camp in this area. And that camp is only 5.5 or 6 miles from the highway or the end of PCT. Well, one more night to camp somewhere else, but this will finish the PCT sometime in the morning. The last 7 miles are just kind of a long, flat, slightly downward, which is different than the rest of the trail. Which is good. My back is tired today, so even though it's one of our easier days as far as elevation gain of maybe 1,500 feet. So, looking forward to camp. Check in later. This is the waterfall at Glen Allen, where we're going to camp tonight. So this is the top of where we were just at, that falls. Pretty amazing. This is Soda Springs. Stopped by here on the JMT a couple years ago. Then this little, there's some spots outside too, but mainly this building. That intersection right up there is the end of this section of the PCT. We've made it. 150 trail miles plus a couple more with the extra excursions to get around things. So it's gone well. Good job, Byron.
Yeah, good job, Lee. It's amazing.
Now, hopefully we'll find somebody that will take us 7 miles down the road to another trailhead. It is 8 a.m. Sweet couple gave us a ride from
Italy.
Yeah, she was from Italy. They gave us a ride from Tuolumne Meadows down to Tenaya Lake. So we're going to do what's in the middle of this sign now. Clouds Rest. And we're going to camp halfway up. So or sleep. We're still going to go all the way to today, but hopefully camp and drop our stuff off halfway up. So more to come. Mile and a half from now, we hopefully be walking right up there on Clouds Rest. So here we go, final push. This spine's actually pretty wide, so not as crazy as it might seem. Still going up. My wife doesn't think I'm afraid of heights, but I actually am a little bit. But it's worth it. That's where I was 2 years ago. Made it to the top of Clouds Rest. It's pretty much a 360 view. There's Half Dome again. Still seems impossible to come up it. We can't see the other side. So we were coming through that mountain range 2 or 3 days ago. Little chipmunks up here. Sure, they're wanting some peanuts.
Yeah, right. Go to the gym. Yep. Then I guess you have to hold on as you're going down.
Quite a view up here. Headed back down. Spent up here quite a while. Just a few people. I want to thank my wife Suzanne for letting me go on these adventures. Tonight we're staying at Sunrise Lake. There are 2 tents up there on the hillside. A few little flat spots up there. A couple people thankfully told us about when we were hiking up. And this is the lake. So we're gonna, since we just finished the hike, we're going to put our stuff up, come hop in the lake. Final 2.5 miles this morning. If I can pick that up or not. A good night. It's the morning of day 12, final day. We just finished about 3 miles coming from our campsite. Getting pretty close to the parking lot. We'll have a ride here from our friend Tim, who's made a huge help making this happen from logistics. So we started Echo Lake about 150 miles on PCT ago, and we stopped at Tuolumne Meadows North, which we highly recommend. It was really treated well there. We even spent a night out with Hurricane Hillary, but thankfully it was the night before we got to be able to dry it off at Tuolumne Meadows. So it's been a good trip. We then yesterday went to top of Clouds Rest, which you saw, and so it's been a good trip. Byron's been a perfect partner to go on this journey with, so really enjoyed it. So hope you enjoy these little snippets of videos I've put together. As always, I think it's good to get outdoors and see God's creation. We're very thankful for God's protection and guidance through all this, because we need it when we're out in the middle of nowhere. So any final words, Byron?
No, it was a lot of fun. It was challenging, and we had a great time, and Lee was a great partner, and we had a lot of adventures together.
Yep, so hope we'll share a future one together as well. Everybody have a great rest of your journeys in life, and we wish you the best. Bye.